January 24th, 1989. Hundreds of people gather outside Florida State Prison. Some bring banners, others celebrate, all waiting for the same event: the execution of one of the most intelligent and manipulative serial killers in American history. His name, Theodore Robert Bundy, but you probably know him simply as Ted Bundy. To understand the monster, we need to know the man. And Ted Bundy wasn't what you'd expect from a serial killer. Born on November 24th, 1946 in Burlington, Vermont, Theodore Robert Cowell had a complicated childhood. Raised by his grandparents, he believed for years that his mother was actually his sister, a family secret that would only be revealed later. But looking from the outside, Bundy seemed to have it all. He was handsome, charismatic, intelligent. He even graduated with honors in psychology from the University of Washington. He worked on a suicide prevention hotline. He even collaborated on political campaigns. The irony: while counseling people in crisis, Ted was already planning his first crimes. 1974, University of Washington. Young college women start disappearing. Linda Ann Healy, 21 years old, vanishes from her dormitory without a trace. After her, 5 more disappearances in just a few months. Authorities didn't know, but they were facing something new: a predator who didn't fit the profile. No signs of break-ins, no witnesses. It was as if the victims simply evaporated. Ted Bundy had a method, and it was terrifyingly effective. He used his greatest asset, his appearance. Young, well-dressed, with a winning smile, Bundy would approach women in public places, universities, parks, shopping malls. His favorite trick: pretending to be injured. He'd show up with crutches or with his arm in a cast, asking for help carrying books to his car, a tan Volkswagen Beetle that would become iconic in the case. When the victim approached help, it was too late. Ted attacked with blunt objects. He'd take his victims to isolated locations. And the worst part, he would return to the crime scenes. He'd visit the bodies. He maintained this macabre control over his victims even after death. Between 1974 and 1978, Ted Bundy killed across 7 different states: Washington, Oregon, Utah, Idaho, Colorado, California, and Florida. He confessed to 30 murders, but experts believe the actual number could reach 100 victims. August 16, 1975. A Utah Highway Patrol notices something strange. A Volkswagen Beetle with its lights off parked in front of 2 young women's house. When Officer Bob Haywood turns on his headlights, the car flees. After a chase, Bundy is pulled over. Inside the car, handcuffs, a ski mask, pantyhose with holes cut in the eyes, and a crowbar. Carol DeRunch, one of the few who managed to escape, identifies him. Ted Bundy is convicted of attempted kidnapping, but this is just the beginning. June 7, 1977, Picken County Courthouse, Colorado. Bundy was being tried for the murder of Karen Campbell. During a court recess, he did something unthinkable. He simply jumped out of the second-floor window and fled into the mountains. For 6 days, hundreds of agents, search dogs, and the FBI scoured the area. When they found him, Ted had lost 25 pounds, but he was smiling for the cameras. December 30th, 1977, Ted Bundy does the impossible again. This time, he saws a hole in the ceiling of his cell and escapes for the second time. But this time, he wouldn't be recaptured, so easily. And the worst was yet to come. January 15th, 1978, Florida State University. 2:45 in the morning, Ted Bundy breaks into the Chi Omega sorority house. In less than 15 minutes, he attacks 4 women as they sleep. Margaret Bowman, 21 years old, and Lisa Levy, 20 years old, are brutally murdered. Karen Chandler and Kathy Kleiner survive but are severely injured. 3 weeks later, Ted commits his last known crime. Kimberly Leach, only 12 years old, is kidnapped from her school in Lake City, Florida. February 15th, 1978, 1:30 in the morning. A police officer in Pensacola notices a car driving suspiciously. When checking the plates, he discovers the orange Volkswagen is stolen. After a physical struggle, Ted Bundy is arrested for the last time. He initially refuses to give his name, but there's no escaping anymore. Ted Bundy's trial became a media circus, the first televised murder trial in American history. Ted, who had studied law, acted as his own attorney. Eloquent, charismatic, always smiling for the cameras. He loved the attention, but there was something he couldn't deny: the bite marks. On Lisa Levi's body, investigators found a bite mark. Forensic odontology compared it with Bundy's dental impression. It was a perfect match. July 24th, 1979, Ted Bundy is sentenced to death for 3 murders. He would spend almost 10 years on death row. In his final days, Ted tried to negotiate his life. He offered confessions. He gave details of unsolved crimes, but nothing worked. January 24th, 1989, 7:16 in the morning, Ted Bundy, at 42 years old, is executed in the electric chair. Outside, hundreds celebrate. But the question remains, how could a seemingly normal, educated, intelligent man commit such horrific atrocities? Today we remember not the monster, but the lives he destroyed. Over 30 young women with dreams, families, futures, lives that were brutally cut short. Ted Bundy doesn't deserve to be glorified. But his story serves as a dark reminder: evil doesn't always look the way we expect it to. If you enjoyed this video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel, and you know this whole story. Leave in the comments.